Hakimi was one of the few who remained, Mbappe's best friend, and he summed it all up. The coach is the main voice of the club. But there was one obvious hole. Where was the real target man on the level of Kane? How did the team cover the absence of a classic number 9? The attack changed every second. Defenders never knew exactly who to mark, and that's when one thing became clear to everyone. For the first time in Paris's modern history, 11 players took the field with no duty to feed someone else's ego. We won't close the door on a player who scores 40 goals a season, but if I lean on my experience in football, it's far better to have 4 players who each score 12. The goals didn't depend on one man. The simplest lesson of that machine, 5-0. Proof that a great system can live without individual brilliance. And just when it became clear that Ronaldo had wanted the right manager, things got complicated. The win over Inter brought a feeling of invincibility. The answer came a few weeks later, in the final of the Club World Cup. A defeat Paris had never known under Enrique. 3-0. João Neves was sent off, and when the match ended, Enrique himself wrestled Juan Pedro to the ground. The team humiliated 3-0, the manager losing control. How do you defend a Champions League from a picture like that? The least talked about decision of that summer defined the season. We'll keep the same line, we don't need many players because it's hard to find the right ones. Why did he say it's hard to find the right players? Because when you bring in a new player, even a world-class one, he needs time to adapt to Enrique's system. PSG's sporting director Luis Campos had deals ready on the table. Players like Victor Osimhen and Michael Olise. Enrique himself blocked those moves. But why? His answer was clear. It's hard to improve this team. We want to develop our young talent. Last year we made more than 10 transfers. Now there's no rush and no need, except for one exception. Back in January 2025, Paris signed Kvaratskhelia for 70 million, the only transfer Enrique truly needed. In the new league format, they didn't reach the top 8. In February 2026, they had to play a knockout. They scraped through by the skin of their teeth, and that's exactly when Kvaratskhelia mattered most. He became the first player in Champions League history with a direct goal contribution in 7 straight knockout games. He only showed up in the hardest matches. But how does a team that barely survived a playoff suddenly sweep aside Chelsea and Liverpool? It's no accident. Enrique's system is known for a slow start in autumn, because the automatisms of movement take months of training. And just as the system hit its maximum, Bayern arrived. The first leg was called a hybrid of football and basketball, 5-4, but the return leg was the complete opposite. Dembélé scored inside 3 minutes, and from there, Paris killed the game and booked their ticket to Budapest. Waiting there were the champions of England, most dominant team in Europe on set pieces and physical power. The start was a disaster. The rest of Europe waited for the young Paris side to collapse, but the collapse never came. Paris raised the tempo, and in the 65th minute, Kvaratskhelia won a penalty off Arsenal's weakest link. Dembélé calmly converted to force extra time, then came the shootout. Nuno Mendes missed for Paris, but on the other side, 2 missed penalties. The title was defended. And here we have to be honest. It wasn't defended with dominance like against Inter. Today, after Enrique completed a sextuple, everyone says, Ronaldo was right. But Ronaldo wasn't right about one thing. He was right twice. He asked for Enrique. United didn't listen, and every attempt after that failed, until they turned back to Ronaldo's man.
And the club should listen to the guys who was there. You or Roy Keane or Paul Scholes or Gary Neville, whatever.
Ronaldo wasn't asking for a manager for himself. He was asking for one for the club. He saw that the one who wins is the one who builds a team, not a collection of stars. And he was right.
The people who understand the football, 99% is the people who was there.